Get ready to hit the road and experience Northern California in a fresh, brand new way. You won't believe why the world's tallest dog has us in stitches.
Oh my God!
Plus,
these are chisel marks, and this was, of course, the late 12th century.
go with us on the rich journey of the sacred stones. We'll take you down the historic road that brought them to California. And
we're going to be walking up about 90 feet.
high in the sky above a Sacramento treasure, off limits since World War II. History, heroes, and humor, and it all starts now.
It's Rob on the Road, discovering the stories that capture the unique spirit of Northern California. Here's KVIE's Rob Stewart.
Hi there, and thanks for joining us as we look at the people and places that matter and move you. The good news. We've got an action-packed show for you, including the stories of some Northern California heroes and humanitarians, and some pretty interesting ways that people choose to artistically express themselves. But first, some rich history from this golden state. We're at the California State Capitol, and we're taking you climbing today. Where we're going has not been open to the public in decades, but that's not the case today. We are taking you to the very top of the Capitol on Rob on the Road. Sixth floor, domes on that side, a couple more flights to go. All right, we're up in the sky here at the California State Capitol. Vito Scromo, one of the building managers here. Vito, thanks for meeting us up here.
You're welcome.
Where exactly are we?
We're at the Colonnade. It's a little walkway about 180 feet above ground level here at the Capitol. It's the outside of the building, but it's above an area where most people don't have access.
And it's open up here, open views, no glass surrounding us,
Exactly.
and the views are stunning. Tell me historically about this spot where we're standing. What do we date back to?
This area was constructed around late 1860s, and it was an area that was at one time open to the public, but because, again, as regulations tightened, both security and access, you know, this was eliminated from public access during World War II. And now it's mainly here for functional purposes to assist in regards to maintenance and lighting the building.
So this has been closed to the public for over 60 years.
Exactly.
Wow. All right, well, there's got to be more closed to the public, so let's show them. Take us
Sure.
up top, okay?
Let's go.
Let's go. So, Vito, where exactly are we now, and where are we going?
We're right on top of the inner dome, and we're going to be walking up about 90 feet, this metal encased staircase, to the top of the building, and it's a small area called the cupola, or the top of the second dome.
All right, let's go. And here we are. We made it all the way to the top of the state capitol. This is breathtaking.
Yeah, it's beautiful and a great view and a beautiful day. It gives you a good kind of idea of what Sacramento is like, and the idea that we are in the middle of this vast plain.
And so when you see the Capitol dome, like everybody sees when you drive by, how many feet above that dome are we right now?
We're 223 feet from the ground level. And then there's 20 feet above us that has the gold ball, but we're in the last enclosed space where a person could walk safely. And it was called the cupola, or the top of the dome.
When you look out from where we're standing here, what do you think?
Well, what I think is I get this deep sense of history personally, a kind of like this introspective quietness, and I think back of all the events that took place here, even before my term. I'm standing on one of the major historical places in California and the United States.
Wow. Well, thank you for bringing us to it. If you think that history was interesting, then you've got to check this out. We found something that will become the oldest structure in the state, but just how it got here will definitely surprise you. It's the story of the stones. We're in Vina, California, just north of Chico, and we're going to take you on the journey of the sacred stones, where they've been and where they're going. And all the stones are inside.
Most of them are.
Let's check them out.
Okay.
Wow.
We've got some stones here to show you.
So this is Father Paul Mark. He is the abbot here at the Abbey of New Clairvaux. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us out.
You're welcome.
These stones, 800 years old, will become the oldest structure in California.
The oldest structure in California, and one of the 3 oldest sites in all of both Americas.
Now, where did these stones come from?
These
They're
are
just beautiful.
Yeah, they're from Spain. They're from a monastery called Ovila.
And William Randolph Hearst bought them.
He bought the whole monastery for $85,000, a whole monastery.
And when did he do that?
In 1930. Well, they sat in warehouses in the city of San Francisco, and eventually they were moved to Golden Gate Park.
And time passed, and lucky you were given the stones here.
Yes, we were.
To basically bring to life.
Yes.
And what are we looking at right here? I assume this will be a dome?
This is a ribbed vaulting for the ceiling, and there's going to be 6 of these. Now this one is the last original ribbed vaulting. The other 5 will have to be carved from other stone.
All right, well, let's go see where they're going.
Okay.
All right, let's
great.
check out the chapter house. Come on. These stones were part of a monastery in Spain.
Yes.
And now they're being returned to their original use.
Yes.
You say sacred stones. What does it mean to you?
Well, they were our stones to begin with. They belong to our order. And so today we have them back, and we're putting them back together and to use them as they were intended to be used.
Do you feel a spiritual feeling here?
You know, I very much do, especially as I see these stones coming back together again. The sense that the songs, the experience of those monks of 800 years ago are reconnecting. The stones live again. They're back home in a Cistercian monastery.
Well, the structure is stunning, and it's been such a pleasure to be here with you today.
Well, thank you
for
very
having
much,
us
Rob.
up here, and good
It's
luck
been
with
a
the
real
project.
pleasure.
The Journey of the Sacred Stones.
Northern California is full of unusual finds. Let's check out some of this area's longtime famous restaurants and watering holes that have been satisfying your hunger and thirst for decades.
So I heard the Squeeze In restaurant in Sacramento has one of the best burgers in town. Well, we have to check that out. They're even going to let us squeeze in the kitchen to see how that famous cheese skirt is made. This is Travis Hassauer, and this is the famous Squeeze In burger with the skirt.
That's right.
Tell me about what makes this such a special delicacy, it looks like.
Once the meat is cooked, flip it over, and we're going to put about a quarter pound of mild cheddar cheese on there.
A quarter of a pound?
About a quarter pound.
All right, how do you make this skirt?
And we're going to take a big handful of cheese, lay it right on top. Once that's done, we take the top bun, put it on there, and we're going to take a handful of ice. Just kind of throw ice around the meat. Once the ice is thrown on, put the hood on, captures the steam. The ice makes steam, generates the heat, then that makes the cheese lay down, and then once it lays down on the grill, it toasts up really nice.
So is this something that people can do at home?
You can do it at home if you have
The skirt, the
nice
cheese skirt.
Yeah, and maybe a cast iron pan with a lid. And because I've done it at home, but it never turns out quite as well as it does here.
So how much hamburger meat do you go through a week?
We'll go through about 600 pounds.
Holy cow. Literally.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then the cheese will probably go through about 300 pounds a week.
You see there's just constantly people pouring in here. What keeps you going?
When you put the burger in front of them and watch their face light up, it's enjoyable.
All right, let's check this thing out. That is honestly the best burger I have ever had besides my mom's. We're in El Dorado County in the heart of gold country, and we're taking you to an iconic location here in El Dorado that has really struck gold with one of its famous drinks. We're taking you to Four Reds Barbecue. So we're inside Four Reds Barbecue with Mike Adams, the owner. Mike, good to see you.
Good to see you, Rob.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming.
What makes this place so special?
Four Reds is an icon. It's been around since 1948. You get the same ambiance, you get the same bartender. We have Jimmy over there. He's been here for 37 years.
And he's been whipping up the Golden Cadillac. That's your signature famous drink, right?
Absolutely. It was invented, it depends on who you believe, in 1952 or maybe 1955. A couple came up from Sacramento on their way to Lake Tahoe, and one of the bartenders at the time invented this drink for their honeymoon, and he called it the Gold Cadillac. And so it's took off since then. It's just been crazy, you know. We're the biggest seller of Galliano throughout the world.
This building goes back to the 1800s though, right?
It does.
Tell me about the building itself.
It's around 1855. It used to be a Wells Fargo stage house.
And here we are in the kitchen at Pour Red's, and you know, this isn't just about good food and good drinks. It's about you preserving a piece of El Dorado history.
That's exactly right, Rob.
Because it almost closed 2 years ago.
That's correct.
And you bought it.
That's correct.
And you saved it.
I guess you can look at it that way. So we have a living piece of El Dorado history here, and we just want to show the people, you know, they can come in here and step back in the past.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Still ahead on Rob on the Road, local heroes and humanitarians.
That's kids from the same family born in the camp.
And her name is Angela, and she's so cute. She's smiling, really, she looks like an angel.
Retired Sacramento King Vladi Divac and his wife Anna open up like never before. And later,
I just thought that this would be a beautiful thing to bring to people on YouTube because of the exposure of it, just something unique and boldly imaginative.
It's all in the genes. Meet an Elk Grove drummer grooving to the sounds of Spin Cycle. And
it's about making smiles happen.
It's all about joy for this four-legged phenom.
But first, the humanitarian efforts of a local celebrity who is working harder than ever in his retirement to help refugees in Serbia. And he's using the money that he made right here in Sacramento. And we're here along the Sacramento riverfront with Vladi and Anna Divac. Good to see both of you.
I see you.
Thank you so much for joining us today. So you are internationally known for your skills on the court, but life for both of you is about a much bigger game with much higher stakes. Tell me about your humanitarian efforts.
Well, we started working with the kids a long time ago when we left our country to proceed playing basketball here in the States.
Serbia.
Yeah. A couple of years later, it was Civil War broke up, and it was really the mess back home. And we tried to, you know, have influence on the kids back home.
And Anna, tell me about the humanitarian organization Divac and the You Can Too campaign, which is something that you guys are really pushing right now.
You know, we launched this campaign last year when Vlade retired, and he had like his guests from all over the world to come to celebrate his retirement in Serbia. So we wanted to use for like a higher cause and to highlight that there is refugees, 6,000 refugees still in Serbia, and they live outside of eyes of anybody in the world. And once we saw that, we said like, now we cannot go through the life pretending that we didn't see it, and we wanted to make something. So we used his retirement to show people and to talk about that, and also to raise money. So by now we raised money for 100 houses which host 400 people to live there and to continue their normal life.
The cost for putting a family in a home is around $15,000, yes. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Vladi, these are some of the pictures that you and Anna sent us, showing really what's going on. Tell me about this.
All the children are born in the camp. So
born in the refugee camps.
Yeah, so they don't know better, you know, and that's what actually gives you so much strength to keep going. Because I think what we all do is for them to find, you know, a life where can, you know, tomorrow you can have a basketball player or artist or somebody who can make a change in the world.
It's a really small place, this world, you know, and we are really the same, you know.
Well,
so
we depend on each other, you know, and we definitely should help each other, because the life is so short to, you know, look people around having, you know, kind of tough life.
Do you miss Sacramento?
Yeah, I mean, we met a lot of good people around here, and we got a lot of support for this campaign from the Sacramento community and King's organization. So we are all thankful for that, and that's what makes you feel special, because you have so many friends and so many people around the world.
You really are making an international impact.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Without you guys, you know, it would be hard to reach our goal.
Well, we're glad to help.
Thank you.
Good to see you both. Good news is the best news, right? Well, we have an inspirational story for you today. We're outside of the hair design studio in Sacramento, where we met a man who turned tragedy into triumph. So this is Tyrone Williams in action here, cutting Aaron's hair here today. Tyrone, good to see you.
Hey, nice to see you.
Thanks for having us here. And I just want to jump right to it. In 2001, you were in a pretty bad car accident and you lost your right arm.
Yes, sir.
And you were and are a barber.
Yes. I was right-handed, lost my right arm, and was ejected out of the back window of the truck.
And naturally, we're dealing with a lot. And your father told you one day to what?
He said I was laying on the couch.
But you thought everything was over.
Yeah, because, you know, being right-handed and losing my dominant hand and just going through a lot of stuff mentally and physically, I was just laying there. And he was like, hey, come on in here and cut my hair. I'm like, dude, what you mean cut your hair? My hand is gone. How am I gonna cut your hair? I was right-handed.
He said no excuses, right?
And it made me get up and come and practice.
So here we are, years later. You have won Sacramento's Best Barber online poll of black entrepreneurs, correct?
Yes.
How does it make you feel?
Man, well, it makes me give Jesus Christ all the credit and glory for what he has done in my life.
When the accident happened, did you ever dream that you would get through this in such a wonderful way?
No, because I was at the point of being in the fog, not seeing, you know, to your left or to your right, forward nor behind you. And that's where I was at the time of this accident.
Well, let me tell you, your light is shining now. Thanks for having us in. It's good to see you.
Thank you,
awesome.
bro.
It's been a pleasure being here with you today.
Yes, sir.
We are outside of the Community Theater box office in Sacramento, where Broadway comes to life. And on the stage inside, I met a very special young man whose dreams are coming true, but he's dancing to a beat all of his own. Meet Chandler Metcalf, a young man living with cerebral palsy.
It's making me more happy and excited to get on the stage.
So I hear you have a pretty cool family motto.
Yeah.
What is it?
Never, never, never give up. We use that all the time with stuff that's hard. We just keep going and we say never, never, never give up.
We all as parents hope we can inspire our children to do the right thing, to be the best they can be, to reach every potential possibility they have. And he will.
You know, I see that your son inspires a lot of people. Does he inspire you?
Beyond words. Absolutely beyond words. But he inspires me every single day.
I don't break for anything, I just keep going.
And do you believe the sky's the limit, Chandler?
Yes, I do.
Tell me about that.
Well, my goal is to walk without crutches or walker, maybe dancing.
You're on your way.
Thanks.
You know, there are some amazingly talented people in Northern California, from an artist with a very unlikely canvas to a drummer who finds music in every moment, literally. We're here in Elk Grove at the home of musician Michael Bayard, who has worked with major names like Barbra Streisand and Tony Bennett as a master percussionist. But Michael's garage is all the rage today, and what he did with his washing machine. Michael, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having us out here today.
Great to be here.
This thumping noise usually annoys people, but not a master percussionist, right?
It's normally pretty frustrating because I had my clothing or jeans in there, you know, my clothing jeans.
Caught on the spin cycle, off balance.
And I just heard it one time and I said, you know what, I got to take advantage of this rhythm.
Well, show me what you did. And this has become a YouTube sensation. Big finish, right? So that's awesome. Very cool. You know, you went to the Juilliard in New York, Curtis in Philadelphia.
That is
full
right.
ride scholarships the whole way, and you're using your washing machine.
I went to the Juilliard school and I end up playing a percussion improvisation on a washer.
And I guess innovation is really what it's all about. You know, you as a master musician take every moment to make music, right?
Well, there's music and sound all around us. from a natural perspective, there's rhythm in the whole world. And how about the changing of seasons? And so guess what? There's also rhythms in all these mechanical devices around our home too.
And cycles too, spin cycles.
Spin cycle, just like the cycles of nature.
Exactly.
I can't believe you got that one. That was excellent. Yeah. And now it's just bringing joy and happiness and healing to people. This, of course, has a different sense of healing in that we're just having a good time, and that, I guess that's good for our endorphins. I think everybody kind of has that experience with their washing machine.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll never think about an off-balance spin cycle the same.
Way, exactly. So I thought that it could really connect with a lot of people. It's become a little bit of an international classic.
And you're keeping music alive outside of the garage.
Absolutely. We're going outside of the garage into the world of the unknown and mysterious, and yet the tangible too.
Other cycles.
Yeah. Other cycles of life. Thank you so much,
Michael, for sending us a wonderful idea. Rob, on the road today in Amador County. We're in Fiddletown, where I found a man whose passion is people who paint with this, spray paint. And this right here, well, that's the canvas. This is Steve Chiaramonte here at Soften Ranch. What is this place?
This is my home. This is a ranch in the foothills, and we create art. It's commonly known as graffiti art.
Do you ever think about the impact that you're having on maybe some of these young people's lives?
Well, when they come here and paint, they're not going to end up in jail at the end of the day unless they keep it up on the way home. This is a talent. Makes me feel great. What really made me feel great is when I got an email from a fella that had written on one of the trailers out here on the property, and you could practically read the tears in his eyes because he said, nobody has ever understood or appreciated what I do.
What kind of reaction do you get when people see this?
Well, the first reaction I got was my neighbor across the street calling and saying to paint my barn red again.
Take it down.
Get rid of it. What are you doing?
This wall is huge, and it's also a huge expression of art.
Yeah. You know, these are artists. These are artists, and that's what artists do. They express what's inside them in the language they know best.
You know, one of the most amazing characters I've come across isn't even a human at all, but he's bigger than most. He's not just a world record holder, he's a humanitarian in his own way. We're in Colfax, Placer County today because did you know that the world's tallest dog is right here in Northern California? And here's proof. Gibson, come on boy. Come on up. Gibson, up. Come on up. Come on up. Come on up. Come on. Come on up. Come on up. Up. Give me a kiss. 7 feet tall right here. 7'1" actually. And this is Gibson's owner, Sandy Hall. Good to see you, Sandy. Thanks for meeting us out today in Colfax. This is unbelievable.
Thank you. I say that every morning.
Really the world's tallest dog?
Yes, he is.
How did you get that distinction?
Well, Guinness World Records came in and awarded us the certificate after, much verification and paperwork across the pond.
So you've been on Oprah.
We have.
You've been on all kinds of international television shows. This has really changed your life.
It's something that we did not plan on, and it was just a really for the better, bigger plan. He was one of 12 in the litter. I saved him for a very personal cause. And
can you tell me what that was?
My husband and I always wanted a Harlequin Great Dane male. Well, my husband passed away in '95. Thank you. And 7 years later, his litter was born on April 26th of 2002.
Wow. Same date.
Exactly the same day. I have 5 of these guys right now at the house.
5.
And
Are they all
related.
Sort of big?
They're all 150 pounds plus.
I'm surprised you can walk.
I can't.
They haven't knocked you down so much?
Oh, they do. They do.
Well, you think lightning may have struck twice because we have Brewster over here. Come on in, Brewster. This is your vet tech. And check out the 2 of these things. I take it they're related.
This is Gibson's nephew. In other words, it's his sister's kid. There you go. And
hi, come here.
Brewster is 7 months. He's just turning 7 months old. He's 140.
7 months.
142 pounds.
Unbelievable.
And his name is Brewster Nicholas Meistersinger.
And he slobbers.
Yeah, he does. Look at those lips. That's what Dane lips are for.
Now, Sandy, Gibson even speaks. right?
He does speak.
I love you.
He goes, I love you. I love you. Okay. All right. Good
Oh my gosh. Good job.
I love you.
So, I have to say this isn't just about two big dogs here. It's about joy. These animals bring a lot of joy.
It's about making smiles happen. Early on, he just made a whole lot of people smile from 1 to 101. And we still continue on with Therapy Dog. I'm still passionate about that. And we go into jails, we do juvenile detention, we go into everything that you can imagine. It's possible to make smiles happen in people that are not having such a good life or having such a good day.
Yeah, and I just look at the crowd that's gathered here today.
And yeah, it's the smiles.
All right, Sandy, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Rob, for having us.
What a pleasure to meet Gibson and Brewster.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Shake. There you go. There you go. What fun. You know, we are so proud to bring you the great stories that you can't find like this anywhere else in town. Send us your ideas to rob@kvie.org and watch for my segments throughout the broadcast day. We will see you next time, right here on Rob on the Road.
Living in this planet was for purpose.
A higher purpose.
Yeah.
That's good for our endorphins.
Well, laughter's the best medicine, you know.
Got it.
It's about making smiles happen.
We just keep going. We say never, never, never give up.
And once we saw that, we said, like, now we cannot go through the life pretending that we didn't see it.
I love you. Okay. All right.
Oh my God.
To order a DVD copy of this program, call 888-814-3923 or visit kvie.org/viewfinder.